Welcome to Survival DIY Projects. This channel is created for educational purposes, where we share real mechanical knowledge, DIY repair skills, and practical learning through high-effort voiceover and editing. In today's video, we are working on an abandoned car engine that has been sitting unused for a long time. Many people think such engines are useless, but with proper inspection, patience, and the right technique, they can often be restored. Before starting any repair, the first step is observation. We carefully look at the engine condition, checking for visible damage, leaks, rust, and missing components. Understanding the problem is more important than rushing into the repair. This engine has been exposed to weather, so dust, moisture, and corrosion are expected. Our goal is not to rush, but to explain each step clearly so viewers can understand how mechanical systems work. We begin by opening the hood and examining the engine bay. Electrical connections, hoses, and belts are checked first. These parts often fail due to age, heat, and neglect. Any cracked or loose connections must be identified early. Next, we focus on the fuel system. Old fuel can clog lines and damage components. That is why cleaning and inspection are essential before attempting to start the engine. This step helps prevent further damage. The air intake and filters are also checked. A blocked air system can stop an engine from running efficiently. Proper airflow is critical for combustion, and this is an important learning point for beginners. Now we move toward the ignition system. Spark plugs, wires, and connections are inspected carefully. A weak spark is a common reason why old engines fail to start. Cleaning or replacing worn parts can restore proper ignition throughout this process. Safety is always a priority. Gloves, proper tools, and careful handling are necessary. This video is for educational purposes only, and viewers should follow professional guidance when attempting similar repairs. As we continue, each part is cleaned, adjusted, and reassembled step by step. Mechanical work requires patience. Forcing parts can cause damage, but careful handling improves results. This restoration is not just about fixing an engine. It is about understanding how machines work and learning problem-solving skills. Every repair teaches something new. Slowly, the engine begins to show signs of life. Systems start working together again, and the results of careful work become visible for viewers learning mechanics. This process shows that skill develops over time. Mistakes happen, but learning comes from observation and practice. Finally, after proper checks, the engine is tested. This moment shows the value of patience, knowledge, and correct technique. This video represents what Survival DIY Projects stands for real learning, real effort, and real skills. Our goal is to educate and inspire people who want to understand mechanical work the right way, just watching the result. That is why every step in this repair is explained carefully. From identifying the problem to choosing the correct solution, each action is done with purpose. Mechanical work is not about shortcuts. It is about observation, analysis, and correct execution. When a machine fails, there is always a reason behind it. Learning to find that reason is the most valuable skill any mechanic can develop. On this channel, we focus on teaching how systems work together. Fuel, air, ignition, and mechanical movement must all be balanced for an engine to run properly. If one system fails, the entire machine suffers. Understanding this relationship helps prevent future problems. We also believe that mistakes are part of the learning process. Every repair teaches something new, even when things do not go as planned. Instead of hiding errors, we learn from them and improve our technique. This approach helps viewers build confidence. Mechanical skills are not limited to professionals. With proper guidance, patience, and safety awareness, anyone can learn the basics and improve over time. Survival DIY Projects is about building knowledge that lasts, skills that can be used in real life, not just watched on a screen. Through consistent effort and clear explanation, We aim to create content that truly adds value. As we continue working on this engine, it is important to understand that every machine has a history. This car was not abandoned because it was useless. It was abandoned because a problem appeared that no one took the time to understand. This is very common, especially in rural and low-resource areas. The first real lesson here is diagnosis. Before touching any tool, we spend time looking, listening, and thinking. We check all levels, coolant condition, and signs of leakage. These small details tell us a lot about what happened inside the engine. Old engines often suffer from neglect rather than serious damage. Oil becomes thick, parts dry out, and corrosion slowly builds. Our job is to reverse the damage carefully, not aggressively. Patience is one of the most important tools in mechanical work. Next, we move deeper into the engine components. Hoses are inspected for cracks, belts are checked for wear, and wiring connections are examined closely. Electrical issues are often overlooked, but a single loose connection can stop an entire engine from running. As we continue this repair, keep watching closely and learning along the way. This is how real skills are built. If you find this video helpful, support the channel by liking and sharing it with others who enjoy DIY mechanical projects. Your support helps us continue creating educational content. Don't forget to subscribe to Survival DIY Projects for more original DIY repairs, engine restorations, and practical skill-based videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next project. We then focus on cleaning. Dirt and rust do not just affect appearance, they affect performance. Cleaning parts allows us to see hidden damage and ensures proper movement once the engine is reassembled. This step may look simple, but it has a big impact on the final result. Fuel systems in abandoned vehicles are usually problematic. Old fuel turns into residue and blocks flow. That is why fuel lines, filters, and injectors need careful attention. We clean and flush where necessary to restore proper fuel delivery. Air intake is another critical area. Engines need clean air to function correctly. A blocked intake can cause poor combustion or complete failure. By cleaning the intake system, we allow the engine to breathe properly again. Ignition comes next. Spark plugs are removed and inspected. Worn or dirty plugs are one of the most common causes of engine failure. Proper spark is essential for combustion, and replacing or cleaning these components can make a huge difference. Throughout this process, safety remains a priority. Mechanical work should never be rushed. Proper tools, correct posture, and awareness prevent injuries and mistakes. This video is meant to teach awareness, not encourage unsafe shortcuts. As parts are cleaned and checked, reassembly begins. This is where organization matters. Every bolt must return to its correct place, tightened to the right level. Small errors during reassembly can create big problems later. Slowly, the engine starts coming back together. At this stage, we double-check everything. Fluids are refilled correctly, connections are secured, and moving parts are tested by hand before attempting to start the engine. This moment teaches an important lesson. Preparation decides success. Starting an engine without proper checks can cause serious damage. That is why we take our time and verify every system. Finally, the engine is ready for testing. When the key is turned and the engine responds, it is not luck. It is the result of careful work, understanding, and respect. This engine now represents more than transportation. It represents effort, learning, and the power of practical knowledge. What was once ignored now works. Again, because someone chose to. Understand rather than discard. As we reach the end of this project, we hope this video has helped you see mechanical work differently. It is not about strength or speed. Thank you for spending your time learning with us. If this video helped you understand mechanical repair better, support the channel by liking and sharing it with others who want to learn real skills. Subscribe to Survival DIY Projects for more original, educational DIY repairs and mechanical